Okay, so welcome back. Just setting the timer here anyway. I'll show you why I'm going to do that. It's for the training. So basically the ETS is all set up. It's really hard to see, but we do have our race here. We've got 2 birds marked in that race. So all we're doing now is waiting. What I did before, I've set the training up as well, this little training bit here, so we can see any other birds come back. So basically what's happened, anyway, if you do get a top pigeon, make sure you get yourself one of these little stylists, because it makes life so much easier. But we've got 2 birds in the $20,000 ring race, which I'm not sure how much the prize money is at the moment, but that's what it was stated at originally. We will find out if we eventually get one. So we've got 2 birds in that, and then we have 6 other birds that were in here. We've entered them in the Young Bird Derby. They can't really clock in it because we're not part of that federation. They do have those federation rings in it, but I didn't pay the membership to be part of that anyway. I paid membership to be part of the other one. So I've entered the birds in that Young Bird Derby, and they will be in this training section. So all I can do is I can work out what the velocity is that these young birds got that racing against all the other young birds, and it's more just a peace of mind. So we sent them out to 511 kilometers, and they done really well, or didn't do so well against other birds. So it's more of an experiencing for them. I just wanted them to go out to 500, and then whatever comes back, they'll go back into this section, and then we'll use them as race birds for next year. So most of these will form part of, actually all of these will form part of the race team for next year as well. We've just got a very small section of old birds. There is 6, so whatever 6 come back will join these ones. That cock up there will be part of that as well. So we'll go into that at some point, but today we're doing 511 kilometer race. It is going to be a very tough race. I think it's going to be, oh gosh, it's around about 10:45 at the moment. So it's nearly 11 o'clock, and the birds were released at 7:30 this morning. We probably won't see any birds until later on this afternoon. It's going to be very, very tough. We're going to be looking at real low velocities. Normally we've had velocities up 18, closer to 2,000. Today we're going to be down around that 1,000 mark. So it's going to be interesting to see where they sit. That's if we do get them. If they go any slower than that, then it'll be a 2-day race. So we don't have to clock out until later tomorrow. So we've got plenty of time. So we'll basically wait around. We will have a look at some of the breeding birds as well. I got in here and had a bit of a clean out this morning. But our main aim today is to clock one of the 2 birds in that special ring race. We did have 14 in the beginning, but we only ended up with 2 that have made it to the race. So not the best odds, but we'll see how they go. I noticed, I think a lot of birds in the ring race with the special rings on it were babied a bit, from what I gathered when I was basketing. So I'm hoping our birds have a bit better luck, because we didn't baby our birds. I thrashed them. I sent them to every race, whatever. I didn't really care. So hopefully they, have got a bit more experience. I don't know, but we'll see. A little bit of rain starting to come through again. Hopefully it clears up this afternoon. And I'll put the camera down now, and then we'll just wait for birds to come back. But we're going to be waiting 4 or 5, potentially till nightfall hours. So well, it's going to be the longest one we've done and the toughest race we've had. So we'll see. Hopefully we get some birds back. Just after 2 o'clock now, getting closer to 2:30. No birds yet. We've still got about 2 to 3.5 hours of light left, so that's going to be pretty good. Just showing you the weather there. It is a little bit not real good at all, to be honest. No birds just yet, so eagerly awaiting. Been pretty busy in the last hour or so while I've been waiting. I've taken all the perches out, gave them a clean, disinfected them. They look nearly brand new, which is fantastic. And you've noticed that I've painted all the walls as well. So I managed to do that while I was waiting, and also scraped the floor back as best I could, and gave it a little bit of a scrub with a brush and disinfected it as well. So we're nearly ready to put some young birds in there tomorrow. We do have, start weaning some, and I do want to get onto this section as well. You can see the difference between the 2 there. So same thing, I'll do that tomorrow. I have taken out these perches on this other side for the time being. I might just leave them out. We do have 60 perches just in this section alone. I still might leave them on this side. I realistically just want to get to the race season next year, at least 50 birds. I think this year we started with like 28. So we'll see how we go. We'll have to be a bit more onto it a bit, but we definitely do have better birds this year. We sorted out the birds through this season, and then the ones we're breeding from are definitely better. So we're just waiting. I'm really hoping we get one very soon. Okay, well, the sun is about to set, and we don't have any birds. To be honest, I don't know what's happened. There isn't many birds back from reports, from the little Facebook messages I've been doing with everyone. There's only a very small handful of birds back, and none of them are mine. And it is getting close. The sun is going down. We may still get one or two, but I've almost given up for the night. I think the poor birds are probably settling down somewhere. We don't have any in the main race, and there'll be none in the training either. So that's pretty disappointing. It was a really hard race today, to be honest. In the last 2 weeks or so, there's been a lot of bird losses, so I don't know what's going on. I think I don't know what to say, but the birds obviously struggled a bit and didn't make it back, which is a bit of a change. But yeah, we have been racing in a different federation anyway, so there's a lot of factors contributing to it. So basically this year we've been racing the northeast line, and then this special race in the other federation, they race the north line. So there could be a whole bunch of things. The weather was quite a really wasn't any. There was rain and headwinds for about 500 kilometers. So obviously the birds are just taking their time and sitting down for the night. So nothing's come through, which is sad. So yeah, we'll see how we go. We might get a few more back in the morning, but at this point, I would say we're looking at a very low velocity right now. We're probably about sitting around 800, which is super low. But in saying that, there isn't too many birds back. So we'll just see. I'll leave this running for a little bit longer, but if it gets too far, then I'll probably just turn it off. I don't know if I'm going to leave it running all night yet, but we'll just see. I'm just a little bit disappointed. Generally, every other race we've had birds come back, but it's in a different federation, so I don't know what's happened there. The last time we raced probably 2 years ago, I didn't get any birds back from that race either. So it could be just changing those lines. It's enough to throw the birds off. So I don't know what it is. We'll just have to wait and see what we get back tomorrow. I have had a reasonably productive day though. Like I said before in the earlier video, this is all done. All the floors ready to go. So I might be able to start moving some young birds in here tomorrow. And I will probably start on this side here tomorrow as well, because you can see this one needs a bit of TLC, ready for some young birds and ready for our team next year as well. So we're onto it. We'll just have a little bit of a look, because Rosetta is hanging around just there, so she might have laid an egg, which is pretty cool. So we'll have a little bit of a look just in case her previous owners are watching. And yes, we do. She's got let me just lighten this up a little bit. She just laid that egg too, because it wasn't in here before. It is pretty dark, so I can't get it much better than that, but she did lay a little egg. She's kind of not really sitting on it. Let me just put that under there for you. So she did lay an egg. Good girl. So yeah, that's probably the best news I've had all day, to be honest. It's been a very uneventful day. That egg in there is no longer. They must have broke that somehow. I don't know what's going on with these pigeons. These ones are doing really well, and my best kettle one's doing pretty well also. And then still trying to get Apache settled in, and hopefully he'll pair up soon. He's showing interest in hens, but just not the hens that I want. That's not your box. So I will update you guys tomorrow. Hopefully we get some birds in, but at this point it's getting a bit dark now and it's a bit hard for me to film. So I will touch base with you guys in the morning. So stay tuned, and fingers crossed we get a couple of birds back. I would like to get all my birds back, but they might take a day or two. So yeah, see you soon.